Yo, what is going on, everybody? Distinct Creative. I'm coming at you guys with a brand new video today, man. You guys are doing well, man. Feed your mind, feed your body, feed your soul, man. Getting closer to Christ as you should. Praying, repenting, all that good stuff. Hey guys, we got a really interesting video. I'm gonna be talking about giants, fallen angels, and possibly the origin of dinosaurs, which is all that other stuff that they really trying to hide from you is going to come to the light now. So basically, this is just the origins of all ungodly beasts, all demonic things that were and creatures, legends that were all hidden from us that we don't know about. Bring to the light. It's not going to really be talking about like specifically about it, but this is definitely possibly the origin of it all. But yeah, let's get into it. This is a really interesting video. I thought you guys would like this. And, yeah, man, let's just get into it. So first, we got the Book of Enoch, chapter 7, verse 1 through 6. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one. And they began to go in unto them, and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments and the cuttings of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells, and who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and God's creations, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. And then we got chapter 8, verse 1 through 3. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of earth, and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and use of antimony, and the beautifying of eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much ungodliness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways. Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings. Amros, the resolving of enchantments. Barakijal taught astrology. Kakabel, the constellation. Ezekiel, the knowledge of clouds. Arakiel, signs of earth. Shamaziel, the signs of the sun. And Shariel, the course of the moon. And as man perished, they cried, and their cry went up to the heaven. I may have said some of these names wrong, but forgive me as I'm still learning about this stuff. That's basically it about that I felt that was important to this topic. There's still a lot more. It's in the Book of Enoch that you can read all about it. It's a very interesting book. I haven't read the whole thing or anything like that, but I was doing some research, and I was watching this video, and I'll pop it up here. And he was saying some really interesting things about, where these creatures come from, and like dinosaurs and giants and all that stuff. And this is real. This is all written by God's people, and this stuff is real, man. This is the stuff that they just don't want to tell us, that they're trying to hide from us, or they're trying to manipulate it, make it seem like it was all a good thing and it was all science and all that. But no, it was just all basically abominations from fallen angels, from the angels that fell from heaven. And they started committing fornication and started bearing children with God's creations, the daughters of men. They started impregnating them and birthing abominations, all that reptile people, dinosaurs, giants, witches, all that other stuff. They just started teaching that stuff to them. They started teaching them how to work the spells, the enchantments. They started teaching them root cuttings, astrology, as I just read to you guys all about that. So, they started teaching them makeup, all this evil stuff that they're really pushing your way and manipulating you to think that is good. You have this discernment in you, though. You have that Holy Spirit in you to know that it's good, but it's up to you. It's up to you to not follow these things. It's up to you to do your research. It's up to you to follow God, man. Satan is a liar. He's a manipulator. He will make it seem like it's all fine and good, but deep down in your heart, God gives you that discernment. You know what's right and what's wrong. We're going to get more into it about the fallen angels in Revelations. First off, we got Revelations chapter 12, verse 7 through 18. Satan thrown down to earth. Now war arose in heaven, Michael and his angels fighting against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels fought back, But he was defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, that ancient serpent who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, now the salvation and the power of the kingdom of God and the authority of his Christ have come. For the accuser of our brothers has been thrown down, who accuses them day and night before our God. And they have conquered him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. For they love not their lives, even unto death. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell in them. But woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has come down to you in great wrath, because he knows that his time is short. And when the dragon saw that he had been thrown down to the earth, he pursued the woman who had given birth to the male child. But the woman who was given the 2 wings of the great eagle, so that she might fly from the serpent into the wilderness, to the place where she is to be nourished. For a time and times, and half a time, the serpent poured water like a river out of his mouth after the woman, to sweep her away with the flood. But the earth came to help of the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed the river that the dragon had poured from his mouth. Then the dragon became furious with the woman and went off to make war on the rest of her offspring, on those who kept the commandments of God and hold to the testimony of Jesus, and he stood on the sand of the sea. So next we got full chapter 17 of Revelation. The header is the great prostitute and the beast. Then one of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, come, I will show you the judgment of the great prostitute who is seated on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed sexual immorality, and with the wine of whose sexual immorality the dwellers on earth have become drunk. And he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast that was full of blasphemous names, and it had 7 heads and 10 horns. The woman who was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and adorned with the gold and jewels and pearls, holding in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and impurities of her sexual immorality, and on her forehead was written a name of mystery, Babylon, the great mother of prostitutes and of earth's abominations. And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints, the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. When I saw her, I marveled greatly. But the angel said to me, why do you marvel? I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns that carries her. The beast that you saw was and is not, and is about to rise from the bottomless pit and go to destruction. And the dwellers on earth whose names have not been written in the book of life from the foundation of the world will marvel to see the beast, because it was and is not and is to come. This calls for a mind with wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman is seated. They are also 7 kings, 5 of whom have fallen. One is, the other has not yet come, and when he does come, he must remain only a little while. As for the beast that was and is not, is an 8th, but it belongs to the 7. It goes to destruction. And the 10 horns that you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received royal power, but they are to receive authority as kings for 1 hour together with the beasts. These are of one mind, and they hand over their power and authority to the beast. They will make war on the Lamb, and the Lamb will conquer them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and those with him are called and chosen and faithful. Basically, the Lamb here that they're talking about is Jesus Christ, God, just so you guys know. And the serpent with the 10 horns and 7 heads or whatever they're talking about, that's Satan. That's just one of his other forms. The angel said to me, the waters that you saw where the prostitute is seated are peoples and multitudes and nations and languages. And the 10 horns that you saw, they and the beast will hate the prostitute. They will make her desolate and naked, and devour her flesh, and burn her up with fire. For God has put it into their hearts to carry out his purpose by being of one mind, and handing over their royal power to the beast, until the words of God are fulfilled. The woman that you saw is the great city that has dominion over the kings of earth. This is the origin, guys. You know, the origin of all this wickedness that's going on now, this modern wickedness, all the languages, all this modern wickedness that they're trying to create to tear us apart, to make us follow Satan, man. Use that discernment, man. Use that God-given discernment. We got chapter 18, and it says, the fall of Babylon. After this, I saw another angel coming down from heaven, having great authority, and the earth was made bright with his glory. And he called out with a mighty voice, fallen, fallen is Babylon the great. She has become a dwelling place for demons, a haunt for every unclean spirit, a haunt for every unclean bird, a haunt for every unclean, detestable beast. As the stuff I was just talking about before, aliens, dinosaurs, all that stuff that I was just talking about before, witches, all the mythical demonic creatures that we learned about that they're trying to tell us is fake, and all this other stuff, man. This is the origin of it all. The origin of it all, man. For all nations have drunk the wine of the passion of her sexual immorality, and the kings of the earth have committed immorality with her, and the merchants of the earth have grown rich from the power of her luxurious living. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, lest you take part in her sins, lest you share her plagues. For her sins are heaped high as heavens, and God has remembered her iniquities. Pay her back as she herself has paid back others, and repay her double for her deeds. Mix a double portion for her in the cup she mixed, as she glorified herself and lived in luxury. So give her a like measure of torment and mourning, since in her heart she says, I sit as a queen. I am no widow, and mourning I shall never see. For this reason her plagues will come in a single day, death and mourning and famine, and she will be burned up with fire. For mighty is the Lord God, who has judged her, and the kings of the earth, who committed sexual immorality and lived in luxury, with her will weep and wail over her. When they see the smoke of her burning, they will stand far off, in fear of her torment, and say, alas, alas, you great city, you mighty city, Babylon, for in a single hour your judgment has come. And the merchants of the earth weep and mourn for her, since no one buys their cargo anymore, cargo of gold, silver, jewels, pearls, fine linen, purple cloth, silk, scarlet cloth, all kinds of scented woods, all kinds of articles of ivory, all kinds of articles of costly wood, bronze, iron, and marble, cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, oil, fine flour, wheat, cattle and sheep, horses and chariots and slaves, that is, human souls. The fruit for which your soul longed has gone from you, and all your delicacies and your splendors are lost to you, never to be found again. The merchants of these wars who gained wealth from her will stand far off in fear of her torment, weeping and mourning aloud. Alas, alas, for the great city that was clothed in fine linen, in purple and scarlet, adorned with gold, with jewels and with pearls. For in a single hour all this wealth has been laid waste, and all shipmasters and seafaring men, sailors, and all whose trade is on the sea, stood afar, and cried out as they saw the smoke of her burning, what city was like the great city? And they threw dust on her, on their heads, as they wept and mourned, crying out, alas, alas, for the great city, where all who had ships at sea grew rich by her wealth. For in a single hour she has been laid waste. Rejoice over her, O heaven, and you saints and apostles and prophets, for God has given judgment for you against her. Then a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and threw it into the sea, saying, so will Babylon the great city be thrown down with violence, and will be found no more. And the sound of the harpists and musicians, of flute players and trumpeters, will be heard in you no more. And a craftsman of any craft will be found in you no more. And the sound of mill will be heard in you no more. And the lamp of lamp will shine in you no more. And the voice of bridegroom and bride will be heard in you no more. For your merchants were the great ones of the earth, and all nations were deceived by your sorcery. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, and of all who have been slain on earth, man. So that is pretty much it about all that, man. I thought it was a very interesting topic, and I thought you guys would like this a lot. So I decided to talk about it today. It was one of my planned videos that I had in mind. More cool videos like this to come in the near future when I have a better setup and stuff. I could talk to you guys longer about this stuff, because I really like talking about the Bible to you guys, man. It's really cool. Another cool thing about it is that, it's real. It's not, It's not a fake, manipulated or anything like that. Everything in the Bible is 100% accurate, man, and 100% true, regardless if you don't like it or not, or if you think that it's not cool. That's one thing that I think is cool about the Bible. All this stuff is 100% accurate and real. Yeah, man. I just really enjoy, teaching you guys about it, and helping you guys wake up, in a fun way. Obviously some videos are more serious than others. I guess this is just one of those cool, one of the more light videos, even though it talks about a lot of dark stuff, which is all true. You just gotta, I want to teach you guys to wake up and not to fall for all these tricks, and to get out of this deception and manipulation that the devil has given us, in a fun way. I want you guys to really enjoy these videos, man. That's basically the origin of it all, of like everything like unwicked and unclean, basically. After sin, in the Garden of Eden, after, obviously after she ate the fruit and started sin and all that stuff. But this is basically, like the actual origin of like corruption, you know what I mean? Of like the starting of like all the ungodly beasts, and all that vampires and mythical creatures, aliens, dinosaurs, all that other wicked stuff that they're trying to lie and tell you guys that's not true, or manipulate you guys about the history of it, man. But yeah, I just thought it was cool, and I just wanted to tell you guys about that today. Maybe help some of you people wake up, start reading the Bible more. Maybe this will help you to start reading more. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I thought this was a cool video, but yeah, hope you made it through the whole video, man. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like, share to get this out to the algorithm, man. Follow if you're really rocking with me. And yeah, man, thank you guys for giving me a try. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. I'm still looking for people for my crew, specifically Christian people. I'm trying to start a group of Christian gamers. Not saying this isn't a strict group or anything. We're just here to have fun and live, but I just want to do it the holy way, But yeah, so if you're interested, comment down below, or I have a video about it, talking more about it, the crew and what it is. And yeah, if you're interested, I'll talk to you guys more about it and see if you're qualified. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning into this video, man. Love you guys all. I hope you guys all have a beautiful rest of your day. Feed your mind, feed your body, feed your soul, man. Get closer to Christ. As I start getting to edit this video, to get it out for you boys today. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning into this video. It's been Distinct Tiger Tevin, and I'm out of here.